guys, so we're out here at the Assenume Os Pescar put on by the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. We're going to be doing a catfish fabrication and cooking demo today for everyone that comes in attendance. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day to do this. Everyone's behind me fishing and enjoying the outdoors right now. And you know, one thing that makes this possible for me to be able to cook out here for everybody is thanks to my friends at Carolina Cooker for furnishing the double tabletop burner and the 10.5-inch skillet, which I'm going to be using for my demo today. So thanks a lot, guys, for that. I appreciate it. Wouldn't be possible without you. And if anyone's looking for any tailgating or outdoor cooking equipment, check out Carolina Cooker. They'll hook you up and you won't be disappointed with the products. And if you want this recipe, you need to sign up for the free membership at sizzlingarrow.com, and we'll have this recipe in this month's newsletter. All right, y'all, have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. So with catfish, are you familiar with catfish?
No.
No, okay. So I did this on purpose. So you see how he's kind of looks like he's flying? Okay. These are his defense mechanisms right here. These are called prongs or barbs. So right here, it's a very strong piece of bone, and you can see the serrades on there. So if you get poked with it, it's going to hurt really bad.
Sí, y no va a
No? Okay.
And then you've got one here.
Sí, pero tú necesitas ocultar eso, so...
Alright, so generally I'll take like clippers and cut them off when I'm working on it, but those do not cut it as good because these are really strong. I was expecting smaller fish. So anyway, we're going to work around them. So what we'll do is there's a spot right here that I like to start with, so I'll put my knife in. This is pretty much the same with any fish, so it's not just catfish. So right here you're going through that, and then we're just taking it all the way up. Just like that. Now, we didn't protrude through, so we're going to make a little bit. So we open that up, and then right here, what I like to do is go in and pull this stuff out, so you got your heart and lungs and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right, and then you make a cut as far in there as you can. So I like to get right about right here.
Okay.
And make a cut in there, and that's going to loosen everything up to where I can pull it out. This is a not a pretty sight, but it's unfortunately something that has to be done.
He got the video.
All right. So there, you are all cleaned inside.
Okay.
Okay. So now.
Yeah, you can't cook a little bit.
So a couple things that I like to talk about is if you're purchasing fish from the grocery store or the market, you're going to want to make sure that that fish is fresh, right? Okay. So a couple ways that you can check fresh. I know these are fresh because they came from the hatchery, but if you're buying them in the store, the eyes are a good indication. Generally, they should be nice and clear. They should not have any kind of cloudiness to them. I'm not sure what happened here, but they're kind of cloudy. But I'm not too concerned with that. The gills should be a bright red, just like that. They should not be pink or slimy or anything like that. It should be a bright red. And then the other one is, if you push on it, push on the meat, it springs back. It doesn't indent. So it bounces back up. So that's an indication. If it sticks, it's either been pre-frozen or it's old.
¿Sí lo entendieron? I didn't know that.
All right, so we're gonna put those barbs up. There's a little kind of hinge in there that they stick to, that stick up, so I'm just gonna keep them up like that. So we're gonna make our first cut right here. Now you've got kind of a cheekbone type thing right here that you're gonna go around. Then we're gonna come up right here, right there. Then we're gonna repeat on the other side. And bring it right up. And then what I like to do is I like to take the fish and set them belly side down, and then I'll make my cuts here at the top, and you kind of go around that.
We want to make sure we don't get the garb. We want to make sure we don't avoid it because we don't want it to stick.
And if you make a little slip like I did there, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Just keep going down here. What I like to do is once I get the slit in there, I start kind of working my way down to the bottom or towards the tail, and then I'll start moving my way back up. So once I get here, I'll poke this through, as you can see, right through here, and then I'll just bring this down and cut that out, all right? And then I'll just keep skinning it up or pulling that meat off. You got some bone there, so cut that out.
Because if you don't cut that bone, it
con todas las
won't
cosas
taste
y
good.
You know la alergia?
no me quiso dar mucha tos. Como me agarró el agua.
And
el
then pretty
viernes,
much you're just kind
no
of
me fue-
using
no me
your
puse
knife to
zapato,
pull that meat
con
off of the
eso para que me
bones.
enfermara.
And then with catfish and bass and some, quite a few of these saltwater fish, they have what they call kind of a rib cage, which is right here. So your knife is going to want to come, you're going to want to go around that cage. You can't cut through it. I mean, you could, but it's going to dull your knife pretty good. So you just cut it right through it. There's really no edible meat on the other side of it. And one nice thing about this is you don't have to worry about doing the pin boning. You don't have to go in with tweezers and pull the bones out. This takes care of everything.
Chicken está muy feliz.
How sharp does the knife need to be?
Extremely sharp. As sharp as you can get it.
Dang.
So
Ready?
go ahead and do this one. And then I'll show you all how to pull the skin off of it. Now, once you get that first one off, it's a little bit trickier to get the other side because you don't have as much meat holding the actual fish up.
Oh, and I can measure it. The measure souvenir.
Oh, nice.
You can see how long it was.
It was 18 inches.
Oh yeah, but this my sister is now helping. Sudden help.
All right, and if you don't mind, you mind standing right over here?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so we've got this. We're just working around. Now, everyone's got their strong side and their weak side that they work on.
Yeah,
So the weak side, you'll probably have a little bit more meat on the bone. Mine's always if the head's facing this way, is my weak side. But we try to do the best. Now, the one thing that I like to do with the leftover, like the head and the bones, I'll make a fish soup or fish stock, and I can use it for other things such as soup or sauces or whatnot. So I try to use as much of it as I possibly can. So that one's a little bit rougher looking. You can see it kind of chopped up there a little bit. And you and I will finish that one up here in a little bit. Alright, so the one thing you're going to want to do is get rid of the skin. So the best way to do that is to make a slit right here and just kind of run your knife along that. You're going to want to kind of have your knife down at an angle, but not too steep, because if you go too steep, you're going to cut right through the skin. And then once you get a good hold on it, you can just kind of bring this back and forth.
No escape.
There's your fork.
So as you see here, I've got the roasted pepper puree on the plate. I'm going to go ahead and plate up the catfish fillets on top of that. Once I put the catfish fillets on there, I'm going to top it with some fresh avocados, some fresh cut cilantro, and squeeze a little bit of lime juice over top, just to give it a little bit fresher flavor. Didn't want to put the full recipe on here, or at least the demonstration of it, because it just makes the video way too long. But if you want the recipe, make sure you sign up for the free membership at sizzlingarrow.com, subscriptions, and shoot me an email and say you want the catfish recipe, and I'll be happy to send it over to you, because that was in the October newsletter, and we've got new ones coming in for November and December. So.